So they're constantly resieging this one province is really irritating. Hey Lambert. How am I doing? I am in love with this new trade system. Oh, it makes this so much easier. It's everything you need. It's great. Except for the fact that I can't ever remember what I'm actually trying to improve. I think that this was a manpower area. So more freemen. We've got no wine. Perfect. I think I'll do some wine. There we go. Done. Amazing. And this is... I think also manpower. You have wine, you have leather. You do not, however, base metals. I have some base metals. This is almost certainly slaves, so we can go and give you some olives. Beautiful. It's such a massive improvement. Because it means you're not constantly clicking like, is this available? No. Is this available? No. Is this available? No. Is this available? No. This is a citizen area. You have got spices. Spice is the only thing available though, so we'll just go ahead and buy them. I buy so many things from Carthage. And maybe food. You don't really need food though. Maybe freemen. You don't have any leather. Have some leather. And here. Needs one thing. You are also going to be a citizen location. We have no citizen resources left whatsoever. So we'll go with leather as well. Is that everywhere? No. This is a slave zone. You're going to get some olives. So is this. You already have olives. Woad is for tribesmen, which we don't have. You can have stone. Works for me. And this is also slaves. You have olives, you don't have stone. Have some stone. See? So easy now. It's great. How big is Carthage now? I mean, they're relatively big. I still think that Macedon is the bigger problem. 4,300 population, 6,000 against my 5,400. So yeah, Macedon is flipping massive. Massivedon, I guess you should probably call them. Even though they're being obliterated by the mighty Roman legions at the moment. After wars, toil and hardship, it is with hopeful eyes that the veterans of our armies look towards retirement. A life of rural farming with promised farmland often parcelled out to the most deserving. Recent circumstances have led to great droves of our returning soldiers clamouring for this quiet life, seeking counsel from their generals and lieges. We can offer something at least. Drops. Provincial loyalty for a little while, but I think that's okay. Right. You did unfortunately retake that one soddy province. And you are currently in the process of taking that. Stop it! I want to piece you out. And for that I need to control all of these random... Oh. Provinces! Forts need to do more. That's what I've come to decide. Forts need to be bigger. They need to hold up bigger armies. This is the first, like, really big war that I'm coming across, but the fact, like, 500 man armies can just do this. And then, actually, the real problem is the fact that you can only peace out for territory if you actually occupy that territory. Which I don't think is a problem in any other Paradox game, nor is it done in any other Paradox game. I should just be able to say, I want this stuff. If I have the war score for it, I can take it. Because the fact that they siege down, like, Amphisa on its own, just the province of Amphisa, which has no fort, means that I can't then take Amphisa. I can take everything else around it, but not Amphisa. It's infuriating. Because all they do is they just move around these tiny little stacks and just take those individual spots. Like here. Stop that. It's annoying. I can tell what this guy's going off to do. He's going to go and do that on like the very fringes. Grania? Who the heck is Grania? Ooh, Grania split up. That's interesting. Alright, nobody is allowed to siege anything. Got it? Alright, you sieging that is fine. No, I see what you're trying to do. Stop that. Yeah, see? Far fringes of where I'm fighting right now. It's just like, you're not having this one arbitrary province. I would have pieced out like 2 years ago if this hadn't been the case. Why am I not taking these? I own the province. The hell? Oh, now I am. Yeah, see, taking random arbitrary province down there with 300 men, 600 men. Okay, I think I've done it. I think I can now piece them out. Yeah, that is the whole province. Okay, I think I can do this. Conquest of Pella. The metropolis of Pella has finally fallen to our troops and is now in our hands. Pella was a relatively minor city compared to its southern neighbours until the great sudden rise of the Macedonian power. After the hegemony of Philip II and the great campaigns of his son Alexander, the city became one of the richest and most important Greek trade ports and home to the Macedonian culture that spread all the way through Persia. With the city under our control, our men and advisors wonder how we should treat our old enemy. There have been people asking for us to sack the city to the ground and bring everything valuable back to Rome. So the home of Alexander will remain as it once stood. Local population happiness goes up. Only a few of the Macedonian treasures will be brought home. We get 778 ducats. Or we will have a sacking that will impress Alexander himself. Build cost goes down. We get 2,000 ducats, but it pisses the locals off. Build cost -10, but it's only for 10 years. I'm actually more interested in the 2,000 ducats. But I think that this is a good opportunity to bring in the Senate. We are, after all, a democracy. So we can say, remain as it stood. Bring back a little. Burn it all. Gonna make this a 1-minute vote. And get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. What should we do with Alexander's old capital? What's the city like? It is... I can't actually tell. Yeah. 79 population. It is a metropolis. It is in the farmland. It's a pretty nice spot. It's not as glorious as Rome, of course. Where that is 79 population, Rome has 155. Rome's a little bit bigger. Just a touch bigger. Okay, the vote is in. Bring back just a little bit. Came in with just 7% of the vote, meaning that burn it all and remain as it stood are the top two choices. Oddie came in with 10,000 channel points. Thank you for that. And Agent Striker with 300 bits. But we are going to allow it to remain. It is going to be a testament to our power. And also our magnanimity. So we'll get Peaceful Conqueror, local population happiness goes up massively, and the boss man, Sophus, becomes very popular. Okay. Meanwhile, the Ionian coast will get a new Colonia, and Aetolia and Epirus are conquered. The mountainous coastline of western Greece has been a difficult region to capture, but the people have finally given up and accepted Roman overlordship. The Epirots are notoriously difficult to handle, but with a Roman colony nearby, we will have to make sure they are not causing too many issues after our armies move on to new campaigns. So, Ambracia, which is olive-producing farmland, with a population of 20, it is already a city. Parazum, which is a city in the mountains producing honey. Honey is valuable. Or Thermum, which is here, which is a settlement producing honey, producing olives, and it is in farmland. Seeing as this is a farmland settlement, I think I'm leaning towards Thermum, because it will allow this to become a city for free. Like, we have a very urban population. This doesn't say it becomes a city. For Roman freemen. Provincial capital. Oh, this is because of the wrong place. That's Therum. Thermum. Produces marble. It is already a city. And it's in the mountains, so I think that's the least attractive. I'm going to go with the honey place. It's in the mountains, but it produces honey. I'm going to go with that. Actually, it has a bigger population too. Alright, Passarum. Here we go. And we also have annexing Macedon. Once a backwater province, Macedonia rose to prominence under Philip II and Alexander the Great, as the home of the conquerors of the known world. Finally, the region has fallen to our troops, and we can secure the last remains of this once great empire. We should settle a colony in the area to repress any thoughts of trying to raise old glories once more. So Pella becomes the Colonia, which is home of the Argeats. Or Thessalonica. Which is there. It's already a city. It produces glass. Pella is a metropolis and it produces wine. I mean, it's got to be Pella. Get the migration attraction. More importantly, get the assimilation speed. And we have a decision. Expand the Thassos gold mine. So we spend 100 ducats. Thassos gains population capacity, produces more, requires less slaves, and some slaves move to Thassos. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Make it happen. From time immemorial, the mines of Thassos have provided the Mediterranean with high-quality gold. First, the Phoenicians, then the Greeks settled here, turning the backwater island into a location of strategic relevance throughout the Aegean. In the recent past, however, the populace has drifted away, and the mines are operating at a poor efficiency. A small economic stimulus ought to put Thassos back to where it belongs. And Praefectus Militus is done, and it does show you what they do. That's amazing. Who is the best guy for this job? We have a level 7. I'm going to go to characters, Roman characters, men who are good at fighting. So we have 3 characters who are level 10s. One's a governor, so we can't ever move you. I think it's going to be Septimus Paulus, who is currently our army general, but this is the job which increases our tax income. And it does indeed show. Good. Good. He's a legate, not a general. No, he's a general. That's him. The legate is the highest ranking general. Paulus. Here we go. And that does mean that we need to have a new legate. Actually, it just promotes the next one in line. That's fine. Light cavalry discipline, that's good. We'll bring you in. You're a member of the Blues. You're a lot more loyal than those two. You're not the best general ever. You're only... Oh, only. You're 43. You can still learn. Maybe. Okay, so what's next in line for our missions? Northern Sweep is to take that from Getia. And Macedon. Oof. Okay, that's going to be a pain. Liberate Greece is going for the south. Then Homer Civilization is taking out the rest of the south. So yeah, I think that we need to prepare for a war against Getia just to take this off of them. So is Getia allied to anyone? Yes, these two. But they're not going to be able to get in over there, so it's going to have to be... In fact, the only way that they have of getting to me is through this. So let's send our legions over in that direction. With fighting over there in mind. Okay. Did I also take Athens? No. I'm trying to think where Athens is. Athens is down here, isn't it? Anthiedendum, I guess, is Athens. It's still a settlement. Oh no, Athenae is Athens. It's down here. That's still a settlement. What the hell? It's in the farmland at least. Interesting. Right, and we now have a bunch more money which we can spend on building some more foundries, I think. Oh, Hydromentum is a big trade location. So is Thurii, so is Herculea, so is Metropontum. So is Messana. Those not so much. We'll focus those, because the bulk of our income is still from commerce. Parthian Civil War has ended. Interesting. So, Macedon, how big are you now? 5,100 with 6,500. We're now 2,000 population higher than Carthage. We are the biggest nation with the exception of Moria. Yeah, we've overtaken Egypt now. Only India is bigger than we are, population-wise. Roads, that's what I need to do. Roads I definitely need to do. I would like to have a road coming across here to get to Pella. And I think that Linchindus here is going to become a really big fort settlement area. Because it will block that pass, because you can't get through this. It will block this pass, obviously. And it will control the roads into Greece. I mean, Elmium wouldn't protect that entrance. No, this one really protects entrance proper. Or we put two forts, one there, one there. The benefit of that is these are both cities. The downside is this is a mountain. That could be one hell of a mountain fortress. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... so let me start doing it. Tearing the fort down there. We're tearing the farming settlement down here. We're turning you into a fort. We're going to build a fort there as well because it's the provincial capital. This place just needs a fort full stop. And quite honestly, it can be the capital. Oh. I didn't have the money for the fort. Okay. Deleted a marketplace there for no reason. Never mind. And you are going to start building roads. You're going to go through Linchindus. To Pella. To here. To here. No, I don't like that path. Better. Go via the farmlands where we can. And we'll also need to complete the road across this. So you have a fort defending that, which is a really important location because that really does block access to everything. So we'll absolutely upgrade that. Delphi. I mean, Delphi is Delphi, so I probably want to defend Delphi just because it is Delphi. So we'll need to wait until we have money for another fort level. That's fine. Right, speed 4. What are you lacking that they've got? Light infantry. Why do you have 2 light... Oh, you got them for free because they're loyal. Let's add them to the engineer corps. What's the goal for this campaign? Rome's historic borders of the world. Wherever the missions take us and until we get bored. Scorned family. It's the Reds. 6-2. 16. Freeman output. Super loyal. Yeah, you'll do. And you're a red as well, most importantly. I'm sitting at my maximum political influence. I also have some trade routes that I could be bringing in. Well, with that, what I could be doing is spending on these things. So, Rome being Rome, we're going to go with the population capacity boost. Then in Capua, quite honestly, I think it's just going to be another population capacity boost as well, because I want as many freemen living here as possible. And then after that, we can just boost anywhere. I would... quite like to have more trade routes down here. And because this is where all of my marketplaces are, giving them the +1 base, I think is going to be doing good things for us. This is where all the citizens live as well. And that's spent most of the political influence. There we go. Boom. Yeah, governor policies. Oh, what are we doing with Greek culture? Because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of them. Yeah, Macedonian is now the second most populous. Hang on. Hellenistic culture group needs 500 populace. With the Macedonians, that might be getting freaking close. Needs to be integrated. So, I think that we did do a vote previously to integrate the Greeks. So I think that is what we're going to do. We're going to make the Macedonians viable as citizens. Just like the Siciliotes are. And the Carthaginians too. And then with that, we might actually be able to get Greek traditions, which would mean more heavy infantry. Which is in no way terrifying at all. Okay, so what does Rome need? Rome needs stone. So I can get my 10%, no, 5% cheaper building cost everywhere. You are actually a border protection location, and you're in the hills. You're a big city. Like, I'd kind of prefer the defensive line to be here because then we're on this side of the river. How is this bigger than Philippi? Philippi would protect access throughout all of this. It's also just a bigger province. It's inland, so I don't need to worry about ports. I would like this to become the provincial capital, please. And I would like to build a fort here. So Philippi is going to be the crossing zone for that. Mythione, what's that mean? Palace of the Argeads Wonder. Subject relation traditions 4. I have no subjects. You have a singular, relatively high level fort here. Which is fine. I think I'd rather have a fort here, seeing as that is the provincial capital. Also protects the passes north. And I think I'm going to upgrade Delphi's fort when I have money. Are you actually building a road still? Yes. Good. Because I realised I ran out of money. How's the trade update? The trade update is really good. I like it a lot. Okay, we are going to go for Mercury to increase our commerce income, seeing as we're no longer at war. Man, we will get 10% discipline. We have a lot of omen power, which is pretty nice. Okay, once our roads are connected throughout Greece, then I think we'll start our war against Getia. I just want to make sure that my transportation networks are good. Who's the governor of Greece? This joker. 6'2".